I want to make something clear just based on observational and statistical reality. And that is that there are no 10s, no dime pieces over the age of 30. Okay? It's a very controversial statement. You have a lot of people fighting on this, like, no, dude, there's a 45-year-old woman in my gym. She's a perfect 10. It's like, no, no, no. And really, even after the age of 25, you'll be hard pressed to find a bona fide 10, right? And I know what I'm talking about. I still go out there. I still teach pickup. I'm constantly around these women, especially living in LA for as long as I have, and growing up in a major city. You know, I'm constantly seeing these 10s, right? I mean, they're actually hard to come by. I shouldn't say constantly, but at least a few times a week in LA, you will see a 10, like a real 10, like a girl who's just perfectly flawless from head to toe, is young, feminine, just has it together, right? She's a 10. She's what we call a dime piece. I do not see women over 30 that are 10s, right? There are attractive women, don't get me wrong, okay? I gotta make myself clear. I'm not saying like, oh, they're butt ugly after 30. No, there are still plenty of women who are super attractive after the age of 30, that have held themselves together, have stayed fit, stay away from drinking, drugs, and smoking and all that, have aged well. However, they're not 10s anymore, right? Maybe at one point they were, but they aren't anymore. Okay, I always equate it to the NFL running back, right? At one point, say like Emmitt Smith, right? He was the leading rusher in the NFL, broke Walter Payton's record, right? Has a lot of accolades. He was the man back in the day, first round draft pick. However, he's not that same guy today, right? Doesn't mean he can't get out on a field and run circles around other dudes who are just like playing flag football. I'm sure he can easily, but he can't go back into the NFL now at whatever he is, 50 years old, 55 or something, and duplicate his success to that degree. He might be able, even as a 50-year-old man, he might be able to get some yards for you. He might even be able to run one down the field and score a touchdown, but he's not the same guy. Okay, so he's no longer what we would call an elite NFL running back like he was back in the day, right? It's just how the cookie crumbles, man. I mean, I don't know why this is like such a big deal to talk about, but there are no 10s over the age of 30, and that is something that needs to be cleared up. And I figured not only being a red pill content creator, but a professional pickup artist, I should clear this up, right? There aren't, and again, it doesn't mean I'm not throwing shade at women over the age of 30, but yeah, there are no 10s over 30. I mean, there really aren't even any 9s over 30, right? At best, and again, I'm in LA, so a lot of the older women I see out there that even catch my eye sometimes. I have to do a double take. I'm like, whoa, chick is attractive, right? At best, 7, maybe an 8, right? And I'm being fair, right? I'm being fair. 7, maybe an 8. Whereas maybe 10 years earlier, yeah, she would have qualified as a 9 or a 10, right? However, to be a 9 or 10, you have to be, I mean, if we're just being very honest here, generally under the age of 25, okay? Under the age of 25, over the age of 18. So 18 to 25, fit, young, attractive. I mean, I'm not going to go into all that because I have a lot of people in the comments, oh, well, what about this? What about that? I get it, right? But we know a 10 when we see one as guys, right? If the woman's over 30, again, like I said, doesn't mean that she's all of a sudden ugly. She can still be attractive, but she's no longer a 10 after the age of 30. Really, even after the age of 25. It's very difficult to find, just bona fide 10 after the age of 25, right? And I dated one who was like 25. Well, I want to say it was like 2002, 2003. She was a model, and she was tall, she was fit, she was gorgeous. I mean, personality-wise, I'm not even talking about personality because that's another thing people will try to throw into the mix. Like, well, her personality makes her look better. I get that, but for this coaching video, we're not talking about personality. We're talking about just straight physical appearance, physical attractiveness. Forget the personality. It's like, sure, of course, if you got to know her, what if she's a terrible person? That drops her from a 10 to a 7. I get that, right? Yeah, I agree. But I'm not talking about personality. We're just talking about physical attractiveness alone, right? It's just physical attractiveness alone. No 10s over 30 and no 9s over 30. And you'll be lucky if you find a 7, okay? And very lucky if you find an 8. That's really hard to come by, man. Once a chick hits her 40s, even the 8's out the door. At best, maybe a 7, right? And so on and so forth. However, for all these chicks like claiming they're 10s and they're like 45 years old, I mean, you just can't take them seriously. When somebody starts just talking like that, you just can't take them seriously, right? You just can't. So those are my thoughts on whether or not women over a certain age can still qualify as a dime piece. You know, and I say this from not only a statistical vantage, but also just observational reality, right? As somebody who's always going out, always around these women. And I mean, I've been in venues plenty of times where there is a woman who is, say, 35, right? Very attractive woman, stunning looking even, right? 35 years old. And then there's an equally matched woman who's, say, 22 in the venue. Yeah, there's no comparison. There's no comparison. Like the 22-year-old's a 10. The 35-year-old, you could tell at one point was a 10. Maybe would have even qualified as an 11 being that hot. But now being 35 and, you know, the volume in your face as a woman starts to kind of just, you know, sink into your skull a little bit. I mean, as you get older, right, it happens to all of us, me too. You just lose that ability to stay in that, you know, up there in that echelon with the 9s and 10s, right? It's just reality. I don't know why that's so, like, such a tough pill for people to swallow, right? But I mean, it really is just like hardcore reality. And again, I'm not throwing personality into this mix. Obviously, I mean, if we want to, you know, look at the person as a whole, obviously that makes a difference, right? But for this video, we're just talking about looks alone, right? If you want to do video, you want me to do a video or look at the person and their personality, then sure, yeah, of course. If the person's a 7 in looks, but hey, they're super cool, they give you back massages without asking. She hasn't slept around her entire life. She's really a generous person, cool person, giving person, you know, a great girlfriend, loyal, you know, and all this. Then yeah, I mean, you could bump her to an 8. But I mean, if we're just speaking of physical attractiveness alone, and she's a 7, then she's a 7, right? That's what it is. That's what it is. But as always, gentlemen, drop your comments below. Let me know what you think of tonight's coaching video. Anything you'd like to add, anything you'd like to share, please drop them in the comments below, and I will see you there in my comments.
With that said, I'm going to wrap up here. Till next time, this is Matt Cross from AlphaMaleSecrets, signing out from my garage here with my DeLorean. So don't forget to smash that like button below. Do it for the DeLorean. Smash that like button below. Also, hit that notification bell right next to it so that you're notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on the YouTube. More importantly, guys, make sure you subscribe to my channel, okay? Please make sure you subscribe because it helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. They do not like to promote coaching videos like mine that help guys, help men to become better men, to become the best versions of yourself. They don't like that, okay? So I need your help. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel. It's free, doesn't cost anything. And it helps us as men, okay? It helps reach other guys as well. So you're doing a good thing by subscribing. And for you guys who want to support my work and all of this red pill, gold pill, and platinum pill content that I am teaching you even further, the best way to do that is by becoming a premium subscriber of my premium AlphaMaleSecrets channel, which I am hosting on a private platform away from YouTube. And the reason I'm doing that is to protect my premium Alpha Male Secrets content from YouTube in the event they try to shut me down one day for trying to help men to be better men. Okay? So if you're a member of my premium Alpha Male Secrets channel and they shut us down, it won't matter. It'll be like nothing happened because you'll still have access to all of my premium Alpha Male Secrets content. And right now it's only $1 for the entire first month of premium Alpha Male Secrets content from me. And it's really easy to sign up. All you need to do is click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds. So do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video.